Today I'll show you the behind the scenes of a fashion show in Paris and tell you my experience as a photographer and videographer from start to finish. Firstly, I was contacted on Instagram on August 24, 2023 with this exact message. The Association of Social Promotion APS Show team offered me the program of the GX Paris Fashion Week event that will be held on 2 October 2023 at the Salon des Miroirs. At first I was kind of skeptical, to be honest, because I always receive scam messages like,
"Would you want to become the ambassador of our brand? Do you like to collaborate with me?"
So I posed myself the question, why should I do photos for free? That's why I abandoned this idea to participate. However, one day during a walk with my husband, I told him this story and he said,
"Why not?"
So I began to wonder about doing it because I'm a photographer based in Paris who loves fashion and it's a shame not to have this experience. So after 5 weeks of receiving this invitation, I sent them an email with my portfolio, expressing my interest and requesting more details. They got in touch with me on WhatsApp by adding me to a group for only photographers and videographers. The first message contained all the information about the event, and like that, 5 days before the event, I decided to finally do it. By the way, this fashion show was held during a period when all big brands were doing fashion shows. On this day, brands like Stella McCartney, Louis Vuitton, Mugler are also presenting their collections. I was thinking whether to go to chase huge celebrities invited to these shows or attend this single fashion show. In the end, I chose the second option because my last days at Paris fashion shows were a fail. You need to arrive hours before the show to secure a good spot for photography, and I didn't have much success in my hunting. I decided to go for this fashion show to have this unique experience that I hadn't had before. Regarding my equipment, I use my one and only Sony a7 III camera with a 24-70 Sigma lens. I also brought 35mm 1.4 in case something happens. I chose to use a zoom lens because of its versatility, although I appreciate the shallow depth of field of 1.4 aperture provides. In this case, I needed to showcase all the details of the garments and have the ability to capture both wide-angle scenes and zoom in for closer shots without changing any lenses. As I intended to take both photos and videos, I brought my Phaotech Scorp C gimbal for filming the backstage moments. I used the GoPro Hero 10 camera to capture the behind-the-scenes footage of the backstages. Specifically for this event, I purchased 2 extra batteries with a charger for GoPro because the camera's original battery drains quickly, and it proved to be a wise decision. I had 3 memory cards like this, and I filled them all. Additionally, I carried an extra camera battery, a power bank with a cable, and a flash, although I didn't end up needing them all. Basically, that's it. The preparations began at 8 am, but I decided to arrive by 10 am because I wanted to get some extra sleep and have something ready to shoot upon my arrival. The location was near Grand Boulevard metro station in the Passage Geoffroy. It was a luxurious venue in the Parisian style known for its vintage mirrors. When I arrived, the preparations were in full swing. The models were getting ready with makeup and hair artists. I even met a model that I had worked with on another shoot, so it was good to see a familiar face. Since there were models and makeup artists from Italy, not everyone spoke French or English. I began setting up my camera and gimbal, which took me about 5 minutes. I started filming the getting ready part. Each model had a plan for their outfit, makeup and hair. I was a bit lost at the beginning, but one of the event organizers warmly welcomed me and kindly introduced me to all the participants of the show. Huge thank you to her. Friends were preparing their clothes for fashion show by steaming them. After getting ready part, they began their rehearsals. It was very interesting to watch and film Gentiana Dervishi, the president of the APS show team, coaching the girls on how to walk the catwalk. She's a strict trainer, but I believe it's necessary to be firm if you want to achieve something from someone. This part took a while because not everyone could master it on the first try. I took a lot of photos and videos, and since I wasn't the main photographer of the show and there was a team hired for photo and video coverage, I felt free to create and shoot whatever I want and however I want. I also met a videographer who speaks Russian, so we began discussing and sharing our stories. Photographers are often big introverts, but it's good to step out of our comfort zone because networking can open us a lot of opportunities, so we need to improve that skill. I want to mention that I was expecting to stay just a few hours, but in the end I stayed there all day. Also, the battery of my gimbal doesn't last forever, so I periodically charge it with my power bank. After the rehearsal, we took a break and I went to McDonald's to grab a bite since it was within a few steps from our location. By the way, you can watch the video with the backstages, it will pop up in the corner. In comparison with the preparations, the show took only 2 hours. I wanted to be in the center and secure the best spot to photograph the models, so I found the spot between 2 photographers on the floor. I ended up sitting under a tripod with a large camera on it. Later I discovered that I accidentally shook the camera 3 times, which is not ideal for the footage. I'm feeling sorry for that. Here's a funny moment. I must share the story about a videographer who approached every guest and put his camera in their faces to film them. It was quite embarrassing. He even filmed me and my friend. I wonder why he did that. 6 fashion brands presented their collections and the combination of music and fashion clothes was amazing. I'd love to tell you more about these brands, but I'd rather show you what I photographed. Thanks to Anyyan for the videos. By the way, I had to change the music due to the copyright issues, so I hope you enjoy it. every brand presentation, all the models made a final catwalk together with the creator at the end. I must say that 70% of the clothes showcased were too creative to be worn in public. They're an expression of creativity, and as a creative person, I enjoyed watching and photographing these exceptional pieces. For the presentation of the final brand, all the guests had to free their seats because new special guests were arriving. Also, a new photographer came and said that he will be published in well-known fashion magazines and needed to be in the center. This situation was a bit disturbing, but okay. I took so many photos that evening that my index finger started bleeding after the show. I was shocked. At the end of the presentation, we thanked all the models, makeup and hair artists, fashion creators, and the people who organized this show, including the amazing Gentiana, who did a great job realizing this project. In the editing process, I kept it very simple. I made slight corrections to these photos because I knew that the creators would love to see the true colors of their garments and not the preset applied to the photos. Personally, I also love natural colors. I used Retouch For Me plugin for a quick skin retouch, and that's it. I edited 670 photos from the show along with 200 photos from the backstage, and I created 1 minute 6-second video with the backstage footage. I know it's a lot, but I enjoyed so many photos. I chose not only photos showing the front, but also the back, and I wanted to deliver photos with every participant I saw at the end. I believe they deserve to have at least one photo of themselves for the effort they put into this show. We love you guys! I'm so grateful for this experience. Photographing a fashion show was a dream come true, and I enjoyed the opportunity to express myself creatively while meeting new interesting people who are passionate about their work. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment if you'd like to be invited to a fashion show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye!